Yeah! Yeah, buddy! Woo-hoo!
Welcome back. Now, I'm not sure what I find more baffling or grotesquely funny these days than seeing a bunch of maggot bubbas waving signs proudly proclaiming, "My body, my choice." Of course it is, Pumpkin. I mean, you can tell that Billy Badass here really believes it. That is, except for when it applies to the bodily autonomy of people of color, immigrants, the LGBTQ community, or women. This is neither the first nor last time you'll see very loud displays of the old parental chestnut of, "Do as I say, not as I do." So, how is it possible for them to profess blatant contradictory positions like, masks are a violation of my right to control my own body, but women having a say about what goes on in their uterus is out of the question? Are they insane? Probably. But here's the thing. They are suffering from a fairly common problem known as cognitive dissonance. For those who haven't gone through Freshman Psychology 101, I'll explain. Cognitive dissonance is a psychology theory that explains how people deal with information that contradicts firmly held attitudes, beliefs, feelings, or behaviors. When presented with conflicting information, an individual will feel discomfort and look for ways to resolve the contradiction. In some cases, people will adopt attitudes or behaviors inconsistent with verifiable facts or observations. Think of it as an extreme form of the inability to identify irony. But Xander, I hear you saying, how can they not know? Are they stupid or just belligerent? Porque no los dos? As it turns out, the phenomenon is not all that uncommon. A person with diabetes knows that they should reduce their sugar intake, but still occasionally reaches for a Snickers bar. A smoker is aware of the research dating back to Germany in the 1920s, proving a connection between health issues and their nasty-ass habit, even as they light up another smoke. More recently, the CDC reports that up to 99% of Americans currently dying from coronavirus are unvaccinated, and people still refuse to pull up their big boy britches and get the shot. Cognitive dissonance allows people to persist in actions, attitudes, beliefs, or behaviors not in their best interest, despite evidence proving harm. It is not just isolated to the Trump supporters that live in poverty, but are absolutely certain that he understands people like them. The Flat Earth Society boasts about having members around the globe. People post memes on Instagram complaining about the toxic nature of Instagram. Ammosexuals want unlimited access for firearms, but not for black people. Evangelicals loudly proclaim their close personal relationship with Jesus because he loves everyone, but they have no problem with telling you about all the people they hate for not loving Jesus exactly the same way that they do.
Yeah.
So, how can they be like this? Can't they see the hypocrisy? Can't they hear the irony? Are they so blissfully unaware that the contradictions escape them? Well, yeah. When people are forced to process contradictory beliefs or attitudes, they will endeavor to change something to create consistency. In these cases, the inconsistency between their strongly held beliefs or attitudes and reality creates discomfort. The person will then find a way to resolve the paradox, even if they must adopt beliefs not based on fact or verifiable evidence. For the most part, the phenomenon is mostly harmless. Everybody suffers from it now and then. John Mulaney fans have been dealing with a heaping dose of cognitive dissonance this last year and a half.
Yep.
However, it becomes a problem when these fervent adherents to ignoring inconvenient facts are creeping around the halls of Congress. Your crazy uncle can insist that vaccines are a way for George Soros and Bill Gates to put nanobots into your brain that will force you to help Hugo Chavez create the gay frog army. Sure, it's stupid, but he keeps an AR-15 under his pillow so he can single-handedly lead the revolt against the government when they come to take his guns. But when far-right Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor never met a conspiracy theory she didn't automatically believe green, stands in front of a crowd of Alabamans and instructs them to use their guns to scare off government volunteers trying to encourage vaccination, cognitive dissonance becomes a public health hazard. I fully understand that sometimes you need to tell yourself little lies to get through the day. One bite of chocolate cake won't blow up my diet. Everybody leaves their dog's poop in their neighbor's yard every now and then. I'll pick it up next time. My mom says my face has character.
No, she doesn't. No. Mm-mm. Not even a little bit. Not even once.
Breaking my heart here. But where do we draw the line? At what point should we insist that the people flying our planes, treating our illnesses, teaching our children, or making our laws join the reality patrol? Would you trust a flat earther pilot? No. Would you trust an anti-vaxxer pediatrician? Well, I hope not. Would you trust a teacher that both sides the Holocaust? Is this even a real question? Like, seriously. Then why the hell would you trust Moscow Mitch McConnell, Greg Shitheel on Wheels Abbott, or Donald fucking Trump with anything? You wouldn't let those jackasses pet sit your cat. Really, y'all, you gotta be a Simone Biles little mental gymnast to rationalize letting any of those sketchy motherfuckers anywhere near the steering wheels of power. Cognitive dissonance is a fairly common psychological phenomenon. But if you can rationalize letting these dickless wonders make life or death decisions on your behalf, just because you believe your invisible sky friend hates all the same people they do, you are knuckin' futs. We'll be right back with Rebecca Trent. Stick around.
Yeah!